Congressman Ted Budd brought his U.S. Senate campaign to Raleigh today, promising to be the law and order candidate in the race. The event marked a shift in strategy for Budd in his race against Democrat Cheri Beasley, as well as the Libertarian candidate Shannon Bray and the Green Party's Matthew Hoh. WRAL government reporter Travis Fain joins us now for an update on the race. So, Travis, what did Congressman Budd have to say? And apparently there was something unusual about it?
Well, the unusual thing was he invited the press and took some question. That's been rare for him to this point. So much that his own campaign noted the shift this week, promising what they called the Ted Budd U.S. Senate Law Enforcement Tour. You know, Budd skipped 4 debates during the Republican primary, still won handedly. No guarantee he'll debate the Beasley campaign in the general election this November. All he'd say today on that was that he was open to it. But on this day, he stood at a podium, answered maybe half a dozen questions, also showed off endorsements from the law enforcement community, including the North Carolina Troopers Association, which tends to endorse Republicans. Also, former Wake County Sheriff Donnie Harrison, who is a Republican. And of course, everyone gave their condolences for the family of a Wake County Sheriff's deputy killed overnight. Here's the thrust of what Budd had to say today.
So now is the time for elected officials to express their full and complete support for law enforcement. We need to fund them, we need to back them, and we need to push back against false narratives.
Beasley campaign told me she wasn't available for an interview today, but they set us up with Durham County Sheriff Clarence Burkhead. He supports Beasley, who is a former Chief Justice of the North Carolina Supreme Court. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Well, we need someone with the record that Cheri Beasley has. She's worked for over 2 decades in this space as a judge, a public defender, and as Supreme Court justice. And she's always stood by and supported law enforcement. And that's what we need.
So you can see they're not ceding ground on the law enforcement issue. State Democratic Party sent protesters to Budd's event today, also put out a news release calling him out for voting against various spending bills in recent years, bills they said would have provided law enforcement funding. Now, just a few other things from Budd today. He called the FBI search at former President Donald Trump's resort, quote, absolutely unprecedented, said he wants to see full transparency from the FBI, including release not just of the search warrant, but the affidavit behind it. He called for more border security spending. He took shots at Beasley's record on law enforcement issues. Voters will have their say soon. We're just under 3 months from Election Day.
And state elections officials say the first absentee ballots are going out next month, early next month, right, Travis?
That's right, September 9th.
All right, Election Day, November 8th. Thanks so much.